Hari Om. Welcome back to Storytime. Today, let us hear a story about a great devotee of Lord Shiva. Who was he? Well, there was a sage. His name was Mrikandu, and he had a wife whose name was Marudvati, and both were great devotees of the Lord. But they were very unhappy because they were childless. And so they decided that they would pray to the glorious Lord Shiva and seek his blessings to get a child. And so sage Mrikandu sat and did penance. After this penance, Lord Shiva was so happy that he came there and gave darshan and blessed the sage and his wife. On asking what they desired, sage Mrikandu just begged Lord Shiva for a child, and Lord Shiva gave him a choice. He asked him, "Do you want a son who will live long but will not be virtuous and be quite unintelligent? Or do you wish for a son who will be very virtuous and wise but he will live only for 16 years?" Now, it was a difficult choice, but sage Mrikandu immediately told Lord Shiva, "O Lord, if it makes you happy, please give me a son who will be virtuous and intelligent." And so, a son was born to them, and they named him Markandeya. Soon the child grew up and brought lots of joy to his parents. He was so intelligent that he mastered the Vedas and the scriptures in no time. And soon they had a thread ceremony or an Upanayanam for the little boy. All the assembled sages and guests were so impressed with his wisdom, and they congratulated the parents on having such a wise and brilliant son. Now, the parents were very happy, no doubt, but the thought was always there in their mind that this child would not live long. And so, as Markandeya went about learning all about the great scriptures, he also noticed that his parents were growing sadder and sadder by the day. One day, he had gone out to collect flowers for the daily worship. And when he came home, he saw that his mother was weeping silently. He asked his mother, "Mother, why are you crying? Please tell me, whatever it is that you wish, I shall go and get it. And if you think that I am a child and not capable of doing so, remember, I shall turn 16 very soon." Now, the loving mother just hugged her little son and told him, "That is the very reason I am feeling sad." And his parents told the entire story to Markandeya. Now, Markandeya was brought up in a family where everybody was devoted to Lord Shiva. So naturally, that bhakti or devotion was also there deep rooted in him. And so, even though he heard about this story and the condition that Lord Shiva had put, Markandeya was not affected at all. He consoled his parents and told them, "Why do you weep? Why do you worry? I have faith in my Lord Shiva. Don't worry, I shall go and pray to him and nothing can happen to me." Now, his parents were also happy because seeing his faith, they also got a ray of hope. And with lots of blessings, they sent him. And now, Markandeya went to the seashore. There, with great love, he built a Shivalinga with the sand and then started offering worship to it. He offered flowers, sang mantras, sang bhajans, and lost himself in the singing the glories of the Lord. Very soon he started dancing in joy around the Shivalinga, and he did not notice when day had turned into night and soon the 16th year was approaching. And it was time for him to leave the world. And so Lord Yama's assistants came to take Markandeya's life away. But because Markandeya was in such deep devotion and worship, they just could not come near him. So they went back to their Lord and told Lord Yama that we can't bring him. Please forgive us. And so Lord Yama himself came riding on a buffalo with his famous noose to take away Markandeya's life. Now Markandeya was singing Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. And when Lord Yama came and told Markandeya, it is time for you to come with me, Markandeya told Lord Yama, please, I am doing my worship of my dearest Lord Shiva. Please do not disturb me. But Lord Yama would not listen, and Lord Yama threw his noose around Markandeya's neck. But the young Markandeya, so loving was he towards the Lord that he just hugged the Shivalinga and cried out to the Lord, "Oh Lord, please save me." And the linga broke, and from within Lord Shiva appeared with his Trishula, with eyes blazing in rage, and told Yama, "How dare you attack my devotee?" And Lord Yama told the Lord, "Please, I was only doing my duty." But Lord Shiva said, "No, he is my devotee, he shall not perish." And so Lord Shiva attacked Yama and defeated him. And that is why one of the names of Lord Shiva is also Kalantaka, because Yama is also known as Kal or time. And then Shiva had defeated this Lord of time or death. And then Yama asked for forgiveness and went away, while Shiva blessed Markandeya that he would live long and in fact be immortal, and time nor death could ever touch him. Markandeya was so happy that he started singing hymns in praise of the Lord. Throughout his prayer, he kept singing, "What can death do to me? How can one perish?" when one is singing the glories and praying to Lord Shiva. And these very same mantras have become so famous throughout the ages that whoever is in trouble or danger is asked to chant this. Now, Lord Shiva was very pleased with Markandeya, and Markandeya ran to his parents to tell them the good news. His parents were overjoyed to see him, and they were so happy that their prayers had been answered. And Markandeya, the great Rishi, went on to write the great Markandeya Purana, which is one of the 18 major Puranas. And he also gave and spread a lot of wisdom, and was blessed once by Goddess Parvati herself to write about her glories. And so Devi Mahatme is very famous, and so is the Durga Saptashati, the 700 verses in praise of the goddess. All this was made possible only because of that pure devotion to the Lord of Lords. And as we have always heard, to one who is devoted, the Lord always comes to the rescue. And so, this is the famous story of the great devotee Markandeya. If you ever can visit the great Mahadev Markandeya Mandir, which is in Varanasi, you should do so, because that was the place which is considered to be the Sangam of where river Gomati meets the river Ganga, and Markandeya was said to be praying on the banks of this holy place. He had built the Shivalinga there, and so a mandir or a temple is seen even today to just remind us of this great incident. If you like today's story, do share it with your friends and do subscribe to the channel and keep joining us week after week on this storytelling journey. Until we meet again, Hari Om.